There it goes.
All right. Whoa,
Sorry,
I guess I'm a little too loud.
forgot to turn my
Oh, wow.
microphone off.
Oh. Welcome, everyone, and welcome if there are any viewers. Good to see you, Marilyn, and we're glad you're able to be here, even if it's on Zoom. So, thank you very much. We can't hear you, I can't hear you. You can?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Okay, now I can. Okay,
Yep,
we're
she's
good.
there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, we're calling the meeting to order at 3 p.m. And we don't have a huge agenda, but I hope we're going to have a healthy discussion about some things, so. We have the quorum. This is an open meeting, and it's a recorded meeting. We must not forget that new announcement. And we need to let everybody know that the meeting is recorded. So, we've done all that. Do we have other announcements? Or anyone to make? I'll make that, we were just talking about this a minute ago. I will make the announcement and thank the Friends who have made a large $50,000, correct, Liz, donation to the new senior center, and the select board will be formally accepting that, is my understanding, tonight.
Yes.
So if anybody can attend that, it would be nice to recognize the Friends for their thoughtfulness, so. Other than that, anybody else have a,
Just on the same note, I can't attend tonight because I'll be at a Rotary Board meeting, and one of the topics being brought up is a partial sponsorship of a room, so
oh,
we'll
nice.
see where that goes.
Wow, that would be really exciting. Sweet. So, yes, thank you, Joe. We'll forgive you. So, help them to make a good decision.
Marilyn has her hand raised.
Yes, Marilyn?
We now have 2 food pantries that need some filling.
Oh, yeah,
There's the one at the Baptist Church and also the one in front of the townhouse, right by the courtyard. And I was there today and left a few things, but just a reminder that there's 2 places that people can go when they are hungry and hopefully find what they're looking for or what they need.
thank you very much, and you're right. It seems as though both places do not have food sitting there very long. Once it makes an arrival in their little pantry, it's gone. So, people don't believe it, but there are people in Littleton, and who knows, it could be somebody that comes from another town, but you know what? People that need food,
Correct.
and boundaries should
Yep.
not matter, in my
No.
opinion. So even though those food pantries are located in Littleton, you know, but essentially. So we should help get the word out when we're talking to people, as board members too. You know, neighbors, people in general, just spread the word. I mean, that's how things happen.
And I think too, a lot of people in Littleton are still unaware of the issues in town and how people are struggling.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they are.
I was at a meeting last week and I realized that everybody there, except me, was just shocked at the fact that there are people that can't get food and can't pay their rent. And it needs to get out to as many people as possible. Because I think Littleton it's not an affluent town, but it's a town that's always willing to help and do whatever they can for everybody. And there's a need in town, and people need to know that and try to step forward and do whatever they can to help.
And believe it or not, I do not know the situation right now, but I know we have had homeless people in
Definitely.
in our town before.
Definitely.
So I can remember a gentleman that used to be in the Common a lot, a couple of years back. So, yes. So, just keep that in mind, everybody.
And
And again, get the word out to your friends and neighbors. I mean, we can't seem to, even with the town newsletter that's going out, you know, we still need to talk and get words out, get the information out. So, go ahead, sorry.
I'm going to wait until Liz does her update, and then
Okay.
I'm going to ask a question.
I don't know, we're gonna let you? maybe?
Well, gonna do it anyway.
Okay. Okay. Any other announcements? No. I don't think of any. I'm just hopeful that everyone in town, and this is all ages, everybody had a good holiday season, whatever it was for them. So, okay. Moving on then. If there are no more announcements, but you, as you know, you can always backtrack a little if something comes to mind. So, can we move on to the minutes of our December 9th meeting? Which Susan's doing a great job getting out to us, I think. It's amazing. So.
I make a motion to accept the December 9th, 2024 minutes.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to accept the minutes,
And Mary
and
second.
Mary seconded it. Is there any discussion about the minutes? No discussion, no corrections, no changes? Wonderful. Then we have to have no roll call, a vote. So,
Oh, that's right.
Need roll call.
no roll call vote. Anyway.
Why?
It is a roll call vote because
It is roll call.
Marilyn's not here.
Marilyn's
Oh.
On Zoom you have to.
Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna start over here with Jean and just go around and,
Yes.
thank you. Mary?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Anita?
Yes.
Marge is yes?
Mary Ann, yes.
And John's yes?
Yes.
I'll abstain.
And you're going to abstain. Okay. So we
And
have,
I'll say yes.
and Marilyn, I'm sorry.
I'll
Thank
say
you.
yes.
You're going to say yes. So we have one abstention. Okay. And the rest are yes. So we have a vote of 8 yeses and 1 abstention. Okay? So moved then that the minutes are accepted. And thank you for catching that for me. Keeping me honest. Okay. All right. We have, nobody's here at the front, no one's here from the Friends. We did have their big announcement though, and I encourage people to be aware, and if you know one member or all of the members of the Friends, when you see them, thank them for their generosity and their donation, so. And we have no one here, they've had several people that, unfortunately, they haven't been spared the, what viruses and things that are going around, because I know that they've had people that have been sick, so, one thing or another.
Not good.
No, not good. So, but we wish them all well and hope they get better fast. Okay. Anything else for the Friends? Anybody wants to make a comment about? No? I think we could also help them out by letting people know about their thrift shop. That would be helpful to them. All right. Moving on to the director's report then.
Thank you. As always, start with the statistics. December is sometimes a slower month for us, and then we kind of boom after the holidays. We had a department head meeting this morning, and all of the select board was also there. And I was explaining how this boom happens in January because everyone's going home and seeing family and their mothers and their fathers and their great aunts and uncles over the holidays, and then they realize maybe things have changed over the year, and then start calling us to figure out how to
Wow.
be more involved, get help, borrow medical equipment. The medical equipment loan program that we have has just been churning, things coming in, things going out. So we have been quite busy so far in January, even though we're just barely 2 weeks into it. But for December, right on track with our usual, just over 1,000 event sign-ins. Just about 300-ish unique individuals coming in for outreach help. Amy and Alicia are not able to be here today, so I have their report as well. And Marge, is it okay if I just lump in the outreach report with
Sure.
my report?
Okay, I agree. I think fine by me, as long as
Yeah.
everybody realizes, I think you can all decide what's an outreach issue and what's not, so.
Do want to point out, we had our highest number of transportation, 189.
Whoa.
Slowly coming back up. This has been a slow process for us, getting, building our ridership back up post-COVID, but 189 rides in December. That is also with all the holidays in there. Okay, so next on my list. One of the important things I want to talk about is, I think I mentioned this last time at our December meeting, I'm switching from the William James Interface program to Care Solace for the mental health referral program. So this is, if you're a community member, you live in Littleton, or you work in Littleton, and you need to find a therapist, either in person, online, this referral service will do all the legwork for you, and it also does all the reporting for us. So in January, we are ending our partnership with William James Interface Program and going to Care Solace. Essentially the same type of service, but Care Solace is a little, well, it's more economical, and it also has the online option where if you don't want to pick up the phone and call someone, you can refer yourself online, which is a really nice feature. So the schools switched over about 2 years ago, so we're following in the footsteps of the schools. So now we'll have the same mental health referral service. The town administrator has a contract right now. Once he signs it, we hope to begin in February for that.
Great.
So that's my update on our mental health referral services.
Excuse me,
Yes.
what was the second word of that?
Care Solace, Solace. Care Solace.
Thank you.
Let's see. This kind of ties into outreach, but we're trying to build up more community partnerships with our police department. I mean, they're already really excellent at their community policing, but we're making a big effort to do more together. So one of the things that we're working on, well, we already have the Community Shred Day planned for February 1st here at the Town Hall from 9 to 1, where you can bring in your documents to be shredded. The police department is paying 50% of that invoice for us, which is nice. But I've been meeting with Officer Ilyas Abu on a couple different grants that we're pursuing. One is to enhance our Safe Return program for individuals with Alzheimer's or individuals who have a form of autism, or just in general any medical condition where you might tend to wander away from home. So the Safe Return program is a paper form that you fill out with us in the police department. We get your picture and your information, spots you're likely to go to if you wander from home. To enhance this program, Officer Abu and I are looking into getting GPS, like tracking units,
Oh, nice.
that we can give out to the community. So we've looked into a couple different options, and at our last meeting on Friday, we decided, instead of just doing a tracker, let's make it a whole package for somebody who is a caregiver. So we would do the tracker, the door and window alarms, that the sensor, the magnet sensor, if you open a door in the middle of the night, you'll hear the alarm go off. Some of the, if you've ever been on the Alzheimer's store online, it's a website that has a lot of neat, very specific things to prevent wandering, like very bold stop signs that go across your door.
And what was the
Or
resource for that?
the Alzheimer's store.
Oh,
It's really, really wonderful. Or stickers that you put over an entire door that look like a bookcase. So you're less likely to try to find a doorknob and exit out that way.
wow.
So we were thinking we'd put together kits packages a book for the caregiver, some resources, maybe a book like the 36-hour day or something like that. So that's in the works. And I think we're actually presenting to the Rotary on it next month.
Wow, that's amazing. Can I just, I don't want to deviate and take up your time, Liz, but
Yeah.
I personally know of someone in town who just recently got up in the middle of the night, went out the door, ended up going to their daughter's home looking for their father.
Oh.
And thank God they went to their daughter's home and not someplace else. So there is a need.
Walking
Yeah,
around.
there is, there's several people in town that
Yeah, yeah.
need this
Yeah,
desperately.
That's a great, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
It's a great program.
we're excited too.
And that, it'd probably be good to let Ann Lee know, you know, running the Memory Cafe
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Be
yeah,
good
yeah,
for her
yeah,
to
once
know.
you get it up and running.
Yeah, once we have details
That's a
finalized.
wonderful, that's just wonderful.
Yeah. The other thing we're working on is older adult and mature driver safe driving courses. So we have something scheduled, I believe, in May for an occupational therapist to come and do a workshop on safe driving specific to Littleton, certain intersections. There's also there's also a component where they check your car, your mirrors, kind of like the Car Fit program, which we're also trying to get scheduled. So that's just another piece of the community policing that we're working on with Officer Abu. So stay tuned for that.
Great.
Let's see, next on my list, we're getting ready for the AARP tax season. We'll be having that again this year, and it will start on February 12th through April 9th. We do have 2 tax preparers, Bob from last year, and a gentleman, Bill, who's joining us this year as well. He's actually the regional representative from AARP who will be
Nice.
helping us. Yep. So you can begin signing up in February, but not until February. And appointments start on the 12th.
So you can sign up earlier than the 12th.
Yes, but not earlier than the 1st.
Got it.
Let's see, we have the Boston Children's Bloodmobile scheduled for mid-April to come. We usually do Mass General, but I thought it would be nice to spread the wealth and do another hospital this time. And let's see, building updates, I'll save that. Oh, last thing on my list is the official announcement that the Executive Office of Elder Affairs is now officially,
It was
The
in the
Executive
news.
Office
I
of
caught
Aging
a
and
segment
Independence.
somewhere, and only once.
Yeah.
Did I hear it in the news, the day she signed it
Yeah.
in place, in law. So what's it called now?
Yep.
Executive Office of Aging and Independence, EOAI.
Of Aging
So they
and,
did change it.
finally,
It's official.
independence, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
Aging
great.
and Independence.
Yes, I saw that, and I thought, oh, boy, yeah, it didn't fall to the way, to the wayside because of being late. They're back in Memorial Day. Yeah.
I had a question, Liz.
Yes.
On the numbers that you give us each month for the outreach, could you just, as an oversight, let the public know what kind of services EHS is providing? I mean, and I'm asking that, not just, is it, they're coming in asking for food, they're coming in asking for rent. I mean, what is the services that they're providing?
Yeah.
And what is, so that the town can get a more general idea of what EHS and the outreach people are doing, and who can come and get services.
Okay, I don't have it in front of me, so this is all broken down into categories, and next time I do my statistics report, I can show you further. There's probably about 20 different categories. We break it all into health insurance, medical resources, financial assistance, food shopping assistance, critical home repair, Medicare assistance, transportation resources, and then all of these also have an under 60 sister to it. So we check off whether you're under 60 or over 60 for all of these. Protective services is another category, utility assistance, fuel assistance, all different categories.
That gets into the conversation I hope we're going to be having later on when we get done
Right.
with director's reports. So, yeah, it's amazing. It's just an overwhelming. When you
It
think
is.
about it.
My gosh.
Yeah, we're also the gateway for a lot of the resources and benefits that are offered through the town. We have several gift funds or emergency funds that are available to residents. So we have like the veterinary assistance fund. We have the Cooper Fund
Thought
for
about that, yeah.
heating assistance and energy assistance. So that all comes through us. We have the rental assistance program that everyone comes through us first to get vetted. Next on my list to talk about was this new small grant program for homeowners that we worked on with the Affordable Housing Trust and is now set to roll out on February 1st. So we'll also be vetting all the applicants for this small grant program to bring to the Affordable Housing Trust for approval. So this program is if you have a repair or modification that needs to be done in your home to make it more accessible and age-friendly in a place where you can age in place, we can offer a grant of $7,500 to put towards that repair or modification. There is an application, there's financial guidelines, and we do work with the building department and building commissioner on this as well for permitting, but he waives the permits for that. And you have to have a licensed and insured contractor, so it's on the back end, it's pretty involved, but we tried to make it as easy as possible to give this grant money out to homeowners. So if you
So-
need a ramp installed in your house, if you need a new,
So moving a washer and dryer from the basement up to the living levels, you know, with that, so eliminating the need to be going up and
Yeah,
down
yeah, I
stairs and
think we
that
can
type
make
of thing?
Yep.
That kind of thing?
that kind of thing, yep.
Yeah.
A new boiler, something like that. If you need
Yeah.
to stay in your home, you have to have, you know, the utilities to stay there.
Wow, that's
So,
wonderful.
Yeah. So that was the last thing on my list to talk about. That
That's a
program.
great thing to talk about.
Yeah, so that'll be coming
Gosh.
out February 1st.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. No wonder we need a new building.
Well,
We got a lot going on.
this is true. All right, and both Amy, just to make it clear for any viewers that didn't catch this, but both Amy and Alicia are out today with sickness, either in the children or family, you know, whatever. So that's why we are short. Liz is doing the outreach report too, and combine it with her report, just so everybody understands. And so she's short-staffed today too, so on top of everything else, right?
Megan's holding it down upstairs.
Right. Thank goodness we have Megan with us now.
Yes.
Yes, yes, so that's great. All right, any questions for Liz about either service? So, I'll entertain a motion. It has to be a roll call vote, I got that down now. So, but anyway, to accept the director's report and the outreach workers' report that Liz presented.
So moved.
Second, anybody?
Second.
Thank you, Jean. Anita moved, Jean seconded, that we accept the reports, director's report and outreach report that Liz just presented to us. I'll start with Jean over
Yes.
there. Oh, come in. He stuck his head in and left
He's
fast.
running.
Yes, it's running fast.
Yeah, that was our assistant town administrator. So, Jean, anyway,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Mary, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Sue.
Yes.
Thank you, Anita. Marge is a yes.
Mary Ann, yes.
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 And thank you kindly.
All set.
Now, this
And
time.
Marilyn?
Marilyn, I'm sorry, Marilyn?
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
So we have a unanimous vote. Thank you kindly. And that was quick. So, as I said, I think we're going to have a quick meeting. This is a treat, a New Year's treat for all of you. Especially Liz today because it's been a long day already.
It's been a day.
Yeah, she's been busy, so, anyway. Okay. So, update on the senior center, and you can do that one. I know you know what's going on.
I just received hot off the press the bronze plaque, so I'm pulling that up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the mock-up of that, so just give me 1 second.
It's gonna go in the lobby?
It is, yep, right inside the door, just like the library and the fire station. Share screen. Thank you for bearing with me.
Oh,
There
nice.
she is.
Whoa.
Wow, that's nice.
Nice.
Very
See if I
handsome.
can
Really is.
zoom
Wow.
in.
Oh, it is very nice.
Very handsome.
And there's all your names.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yep, so this is part of the signage package that we're working on that just got sent over. The rest is the ADA signage.
How did you find the Mandela? Can you go back to that?
Oh, Ryan picked that.
Did he?
Yep.
I was reading, got halfway through it.
Sorry.
You went, no, that's all right, that's okay.
Go back to it.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, here's our bathroom signs. So, yes, things are moving fast and we're still on track. It's really exciting to see little things like this come in.
Yeah.
Here's all the different, this is the ADA signage for the offices and their corresponding room numbers. So, let's see. We're still on track for March 11th, for the construction completion date. We have a date for our furniture to be moved in on April 8th. That's when WB Basin will be delivering everything and installing.
When?
April 8th.
Wow.
Throughout April, there's going to be some landscaping and some additional concrete pours for the Shattuck Street side patio. Just recently, they finished installing the solar rack on the multipurpose room and kitchen roof. The panels aren't up yet, but the rack itself has been installed. The gutters are going up. And working diligently on the fitness equipment list with Carol Wing, one of our longtime fitness instructors. We're combing through this list back and forth. And also getting all the quotes for the billiards tables and accessories, which is really exciting to see it all come along. But it's looking great inside. The
No,
little details are getting installed, and
it's so exciting.
it's magical.
It is magical.
It's magical.
Do you have a date when you might be moving in and transitioning over and arranging
So-
an office open here, why that's whatever going
Yeah.
on there and
So I'm thinking in April is when we'll be getting ourselves situated, moving our files, moving our selves over, getting set up. I expect to be opening in May, as long as all the landscaping and the concrete pours and the punch list of important inside details are done. There's some things that we've been walking through and noticed, like, I think maybe this should have this added to it. So there's a couple little things that we're working on. But I'm pretty sure it'll be May.
are you going to have time where you are just shut down so you can focus on setting up?
I don't know how to do that.
Okay. I mean, we took 2 weeks
Yeah.
where we shut down our services.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually needed all of that and more to,
Did you have movers to move all the books?
we did, but then we moved every book again
Oh, my gosh.
afterwards.
Okay.
Because you just,
Yeah.
you think you have the plan, but then when they're actually there, you go, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And we spent nights in there rearranging things. But it, just to be easy on your staff, I highly recommend being able to have some time where you can be over there undisturbed.
Yep. So we talked about through most of April, coming up with some sort of schedule where 3 of us are over there settling in, one person mans the phones, or one of our longtime volunteers mans the phones, and we're all over there kind of rearranging and organizing things.
And I would be
Yeah.
happy as a board member to be of use, to help you.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
one of
Leave
our
that out.
comments right
Because
here.
it requires,
Yeah.
you get a lot of surprises when you're, moving in.
Actually, that gets into, can we slide right into our discussion anyway?
Yeah.
And this, because it comes, this is exactly what,
Yeah.
I sent that message out to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Just exactly for this reason. I think we need to sit and have a healthy discussion about what's lying ahead. What is our role as a board going to be? And it's going to change as time goes on, we know that. So go for it, go on, because this is great, I think. And, I have not stopped to think until I actually was trying to put together the little blurb for the February broadcaster. You don't stop to think about what a huge change it's going to be. We've been living with 2 rooms, 3 rooms,
Right.
counting the multipurpose room. It's going to be overwhelming to adjust to all of that space and really get it up and functional.
Yep.
And I will say this, I'm going to just kick this off and get out where I'm coming from right away. I attended the Shaker Lane, Sue was there too, Shaker Lane discussion this past last week. And I heard our town administrator refer to our state-of-the-art senior center. Did he not refer to it?
He did.
He did. And it was like, what does he mean by state-of-the-art? What are people going to interpret that to mean? What should it really mean? So I took it upon myself. That's what made me start thinking. Essentially, when I started, I heard him. And, so I'm thinking, okay, to me, state-of-the-art means programming. Basically, and if you Google senior center state-of-the-art senior center, I Googled it, and what came up? Programming. The fact that the components, and I wrote it down so I could actually get it right, but it means that there's a variety of programs and services to help maintain older residents for their health, their independence, and their social connections. And if you go on, you were just saying, there's a whole list of things for what you're doing with the police department and everything else, and the programming there. And there's probably 20 categories of programs. Right, Liz?
Yeah.
And so it's overwhelming in a way, and it's like, I think we all need to be aware of that, number one, and figure out how are we going to be, and our job is to help them. And we know Liz is going to guide us.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, we need to have a discussion so we all are on the same page.
For sure.
And so I think sometimes people think state-of-the-art, it means money type of things. But it's not that, really. It has nothing to do with that. Yes, we want a nice fitness room, but that's not really, right, Liz? Am I right on that? This is not exactly what state-of-the-art means. That means it's more of a focus on the programming and the complex programming and, the categories of programs, like you have arts programs, support groups, you have...
Yeah. I take it to mean that we finally have the environment and equipment we need to
And-
provide the best services.
And the space.
The space and the facility.
Yeah.
That will draw in.
And we have the staff now, because when I reflected on it, I'm thinking, Yeah, we've lived in 3 rooms. Started out with 2 people for staff. Now we have a full-time program coordinator. The staff's here, ready to go. You know, to be able to pull this off, it's gonna be a lot of work for them. But it's so exciting,
Without a doubt.
you know? So, questions, did any of you have any thoughts or ideas? Throw it out. Let's just have a few. Marilyn, are you with us still?
I'm here.
Okay, good.
I know John and I have been toying with that whole thing of being available and helpful and put us to good use and work. And, this is something to be super proud of, that we've accomplished this. And we want it to go off as well as we can. I'm sure there'll be bumps along the way, but,
Maybe board members could help be ambassadors to the new building. Like during April, everyone get very
Yep.
acquainted with where things are, what rooms are used for
that
what.
was
So when,
something that we had.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
when brand new people
Smooth
walk in the
flow
door.
of clients, visits, and assist.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what John and I
Perfect.
talked
Yeah.
about, yeah.
That's exactly, and that's great. And you know what? Things will come up perhaps between like today and our next board meeting. And so we need to have a system put in place so that we're all available or ready to be contacted and be aware of this type of thing happening. You know?
I just want to advocate for you and your staff that you take that time, and the
Right.
town gives you that time.
Yeah.
That you are, I know you might have to keep the staff here for your phones, but your work over there, setting that building up and getting ready is your work, and you need to take that time to do it.
Don't feel bad about it, in other words.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the more you spend the time to get it right, when the doors open, you're gonna be ready.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't plan knowing how you are, that you stay all night, every night. You do have hours in the day.
Yes.
And you have a family,
Yes.
and you can't take April as the dead all, I've got to be here all the time until it's complete. If you schedule it and you need one of us to be upstairs
Oh, yeah.
on the phones or sitting there saying hello, direct them to wherever, one of us will be up there doing that. Whatever, whatever
Thank you.
you need, we're here. I'm retired, I can do whatever, just put me somewhere,
Certainly,
you know?
I need my steps, I can help move anything.
yes, yes. We are retired to be of assistance, for sure, yes. I mean, all of our,
And if we're over there, then we know
Bullets
the building too. We get to know it.
Yes. I'd love for you all to spend a lot of time in there before we open.
Officially.
To know the space, know what the rooms are used for, why we did certain things, why we created,
Right, I'm sure.
yeah, certain
And maybe
spaces.
there should be one of us as an ambassador, one day at a time, when it opens, and and one of us be the leaders to take whoever comes in and show them for,
Tour the new building.
yeah, and
love that.
have a coffee with people and show them around and take them into the kitchen or wherever.
sure.
Just like make a schedule. Each one of us take a day or half a day and just,
What we wrote down was smooth flow of client visits.
Yep,
Assist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and as you say, we have to understand where everything is in the building to do that, though.
yep,
Yes,
So,
yep.
okay. More tours are in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we physically help with the office move.
Yeah.
Help with final setup, chairs, tables. Help to ensure, maintain workflow, whatever, these are just, because we know I worked in the hospital on a brand new unit, and let me tell you, as Jean has been saying, wow. What about this? Many minds come together, and what about where make it easier?
yeah,
And we kept tweaking it as
Yeah.
we went along.
yeah.
And they'd be tweaked for months, I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll be making changes, but at least get a feeling like you haven't.
I just thought of something for Jean.
Oh, there you go.
Would you be able to get the library's after-hours policy for like room rental?
Okay.
And then you can tell us what worked and didn't work with that policy, so we can adopt something similar.
It's always ongoing.
Oh. I'd love your inside perspective on how that went.
And Sam,
Yeah,
he can let, but that's always a challenge.
yeah.
It's always a challenge.
And I don't really want to speak for Sue and Kathy and Ann Lee, but the four of us will take charge of the craft, moving stuff from place to place. Right?
Thank you.
Is it your hope to have the rooms available for after hours? In what room?
I think, so how we set up the rooms is I want them to be, I want everything to be used. Even when we're like not there, it's great spaces, it's great meeting rooms. But the cleaning and the safety and the who's in charge when you're not there are all these unknowns. So I don't want to say right now, this conference room will be available to the public all of these hours without having this really well thought out discussion
Right.
first. But yeah, the multi-purpose room, the first floor conference room, is a really great space. The rooms upstairs could be unlocked.
The library has the gate,
Mm-hmm.
so the top floor is off limits.
Yep.
The downstairs floor, 2 rooms are available for booking. Children's room locked, historical room locked. So security purposes, you want to be really, can you block the second floor?
We cannot lock it per se, but we can stanchion it off, but not lock it. Yeah,
That's the hard part.
yeah.
Is that something that could be installed, or did you purposely
No.
do it that way?
It was more building code
Yes.
with
Oh, okay.
how the building is laid out and where you can have walls and gates and emergency exits and elevator access and you know, we weren't able to do that. But the entire admin wing, all the staff offices
Be locked.
can be
Secure.
locked with a pull-down thing as well.
Well, that's good.
Well, that's good,
Yeah,
That's really good.
because that's, all your records are in there, so that's
Yeah.
good.
And there will be pressure for you to have those utilized. Everybody in town is just screaming for room usage.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they said, well, you built this brand-new building, you have rooms,
Mm-hmm.
so you will be pressured to have them available.
Does the library charge cleaning fees?
No. There's an agreement that who uses the room must leave the room as is, and if not, then they will be charged.
Okay,
Yeah, there needs to be something though in writing to help.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Or damage, or,
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to pay for cleaning services every time somebody uses a room?
no. We have a person that cleans the library in general. But there are many ways you can do this. I mean, some libraries do have a cleaning services for their rooms, and that sort of keeps some people away because they have to pay up front. So, I mean, you can think about that, how you want to put that policy out there.
You know, back when we were visiting senior centers, when they recently built ones, before we even got close to our own, people, we learned, and I remember the town administrator, that town administrator and assistant town administrator went along on these visits. And they talked about the fact that the town rented out something like the multipurpose room in the kitchen. to, say, a family in town who wanted to have a baby shower or a bridal shower there, et cetera, et cetera. So, and I don't know, is there any talk about that happening in there, over there? Do you know?
Right now, the library does not have rooms available for that type of use.
You don't?
No personal usage. I mean, you have to be,
Well, that's a whole different thing, because you got the, and people, I remember them asking, saying, well, who pays for the custodian to be there during that? And, you know, most of the towns that did it said, the people that are renting, they have to pay for the custodian.
Right. That
It's a
makes
town
sense. That makes
custodian,
sense.
and they have to pay though
Yeah.
for them. And so I was just curious, because that complicates things too. And I know there was a lot of talk about that going on during the
Well, with a
visits.
big room, like multipurpose
Yeah.
room and a kitchen, it just lends itself to, oh, can we do this? Or, you know,
Right.
that type of
So
thing.
I don't know, and that's a town administration type of thing. It's not it for us, but it's just that,
Because then you're looking at insurance too.
oh, there's all kinds of factors.
Oh, and security and,
Oh, yeah, opening and closing, who's, yeah, okay, so, and that's certainly a
Think
town
about.
administration type of decision, but I was just curious.
your building will have janitorial services through the town, right?
Yes, yep.
Hopefully. Yeah, I don't know how they take care of what they've got to take care of now,
Yeah.
so it's amazing to me. But
George will need us somebody.
he will, yes, or maybe more than a somebody.
No, we have a cleaning service,
Yeah.
Lucy's cleaning service.
So, other thoughts? Anybody else have any other thoughts or questions? Because this is the time, I really wanted to have this discussion publicly too, so that if people watching can be aware, because I don't, as I said, I don't think people have any clue as to the complexity of this whole thing that's going to be happening in the next few months. You know, as much as we are anticipating it and are excited about it, it's going to be a huge amount of work, especially for our staff. You know, and it's all hands on deck, and I'm sure there might be ways, you know, and Liz might know some of the volunteers that she wants to enlist, you know, help from, and et cetera, which is fine.
It's going to be complex, but it's also going to be easier in so many ways because you have a facility that will make your job easier now.
Right.
So there's a lot of joy in that. It's just not, it's, you know, it will be so much better for the staff, and for the people walking in that building.
100%. Yeah.
Just got another image,
Oh, wow.
hot off the press. This is the signage for the front of the building that's got a backlit effect. It's illuminated. Let's see if I can share a different screen. Sorry about that.
I was wondering if they ran out of siding as you come in on this way.
Oh.
There's like these little pieces of holes in the siding, and I go, did they run out of siding, or
No.
is there like plumbing still to come through there?
They don't want to drill holes into anything, any of the siding yet until
Okay.
it's finalized. So this is part of it, the signage, the illuminated signage, because we have to pull electrical
Through it.
through. And we weren't sure how many holes we had to drill for that. But this is the front elevation facing Shattuck Street. Let's see if I can zoom in.
Wow.
There's a delay from my computer to the screen, but.
Do you have a date for a grand opening? Is that in the works yet?
It's been briefly discussed, but only as far as May.
May, okay.
Yeah.
And the invitations, I'm sure our representatives would like to attend.
Oh, yes. The representatives, EO, AI representatives. Yeah, everyone. Marge, you'll have to write another speech.
I have a hard enough time writing that little paragraph for the broadcaster every month. But somehow or other, I always manage to come up with something, but anyway, it's like, it's not easy though, sometimes.
Just kind
So,
of-
this past month, for February, I called Liz and I said, you gotta make sure I'm on track here, because I'm like, am I out in left field here or what? So sometimes I wonder. So, but I must say, my days as an OT in
Yeah.
programming has really come
Helped.
into play, yeah,
time.
in my mind, you know, as I reflect on stuff, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though, I mean, it's not current, it's been a long, many years since I've been in the,
But it's always there,
it is there, yeah, so.
always there.
But, yeah. But it is a huge, I'm just so excited because I can't quite imagine what it's gonna be like for Liz and the staff when there are 5 different programs going on at the same time in a building, you know, or more. It could be more, you know, and you got the billiards room going, and you got this, and you got this so-and-so doing an educational thing here, and, you know, maybe a wellness thing going on here, and, you know, because it takes all forms. And we're so lucky we have Megan now, too, to do, she's got to do all the programming, scheduling for all this, and meet all these categories of activities.
She's such an
So
asset.
she must have a list, I hope she does, of categories of activities that she's working, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
So it just tends to overwhelm me when I think about it. And so, yeah, it's got to be overwhelming to the staff too, to some degree.
I'm just glad I'm not in charge. Just be a worker bee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
worker bees are nice, I like
Yeah,
them.
just be a worker bee.
So,
I feel like I've been here such a brief time, but I am absolutely amazed, positively, but then you've brought up several things. One, that I find that a lot of people in Littleton have no idea
That's right.
of what
Right.
the skill level that you offer here.
That's right.
And I've been trying to say stuff. My daughter has been blown away about all of the things that I've gotten involved in. I will be glad to help in any way I can. All it takes is a phone call, and I will be available. I will be honest. There is a lot of things, although I've tried to read and figure out what you do, that I still have no idea. So as long as there's somebody that I can say, help, tell me what to do, I will be glad to help in any way.
Great, thank you.
That goes for all of us.
I'm sure, yeah, I think everybody here feels the same.
Definitely.
It's just a question of knowing, and also, I would like to encourage each one of you to always make sure you talk it up to people. Answer questions. You know, help get the word out so that people understand, because they don't.
No, they don't.
And, you know, and it's beyond, as I said, I didn't even think consciously about it myself until, and that's what prompted me to send this crazy message out to all of you.
I know,
This-
I had to read it and go, what is
Yeah.
he looking for?
Well, Joe was totally, Joe was, he really was good.
I said to John, read this, please. Let's figure out what you want.
And I'm like, okay, I think he thought I'd lost my mind.
Philosophical, I thought you were gonna change the whole world.
And he sent me, you know, he answered, and I said, no. So,
I'm reading too much into what you were saying.
well, yeah, but only because I just am thinking, you know, it just goes back to because we know, people don't know.
People don't know, but the thing is, too, with this new building, you should be as excited as can be. People get in there, no matter what age they are, as they go through the building and they see all the things that are there, that's when they'll learn what you actually do.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Right.
people in town, just as you said, most people don't understand all the responsibilities, all the great things they do. You get into a building like that and they start seeing what's
Yeah.
going on all the time. It's right there, it's visible.
Well, and
And that's why you want the building to be used.
Yeah.
You know,
And that's exactly why, though, I think, you know, the projections and why, as Liz has referred to in the past, the projections when anybody builds a new building and the increase in the numbers, you know,
People coming
of
in.
people coming in and utilizing it, it's probably gonna triple from what they're dealing with now. And it's gonna be,
Yeah.
that in and of itself is gonna be exciting, but also overwhelming, you know, so.
Right?
But it's so exciting.
Which brings me back to another thing, with budget season coming up, I keep being reminded, you're gonna need more staff, and I say, I know, I 100% know that. But I don't wanna decide on something right now, and then lock myself into the wrong position.
Right.
You have to get in that building.
Yeah, I think we need to live in it.
Well, yeah, you, I think we're so lucky that you have the staff you have now.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I mean, and you know
So
what?
lucky.
They're all so qualified.
Yes,
They're so good at what they do.
right.
100%.
Yeah, we are really blessed in this town. And we're here for you, so anytime, and you know that anyway, you could call any one of us on the board. You don't have to call me even. You could call anyone and they would say, sure, I'll get hold of so-and-so or whatever. You know?
Got the best board in Massachusetts.
Yeah,
That's because we got the best director in Massachusetts.
it's true.
Oh, you. All right, what's next?
We're all going to start tearing up here.
Well, no, but I thank you all for being so understanding. And it was like, you know, quite frankly, it's hard to write an agenda. What are our goals? What our goals are to obviously do as much as we can to help this building have a successful opening, and then helping with the programming whenever, you know. But and I think we have to be flexible because it's going to change. Yep. And you know, I even said, thank goodness we have Jean, because she
Right.
has the experience with the library. And she
Been
can,
through it recently.
yes,
I know.
we've got somebody that has a
that
little
too.
bit of, you know, experience here, so.
Well, as long as, like I said, give yourself that time, be an advocate for that, for your, a minimum of 2 weeks. The town sees you working over there.
I know. I hear that loud and clear, but then I'm thinking, like,
I know,
DTA is not gonna wait for us if they need documentation or,
Right.
you know.
but, any way that we can help you in that 2 weeks where you,
Right.
Yep.
we're bodies and we can do some work for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it could be whatever you're deciding, we could be the bodies unloading, unpacking, or whatever. you know,
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Doing whatever.
Just say.
I'm retired, I have a lot of time now.
And we'll remember that.
I know you will, Anita.
All right,
Okay.
okay. Anybody have any other thoughts they would like to get out? And I thank you all for contributing. And I think we all know, we just have to keep talking things up with people and getting the word out. And I'm excited about this new program you're developing with the police department, so for Alzheimer's people.
That is
Yes.
super
There's a
important.
huge need for that.
Super important.
Yeah, so, and I know, hey, I'm a senior, and I'm blessed because I have wonderful children, but my son worries about me, and I wouldn't even think about this, but, we had a robbery back several months ago now. First time ever, I've lived in my house since 1965. Never had a robbery in my neighborhood, and there was one. And then my son, within a week or 2 weeks, puts cameras on every single door to my house. So now he'll call me like he did on the weekend. What's your next door neighbor? Just my next door neighbor. What's she doing bringing your trash barrel in the snow?
Oh, boy. Oh, my.
And then, it's like, but you know what? He cares about me. And he wants, but he knows when I leave the house, when I come back, he sees
loves you, Mama.
He gets binged on his phone, his phone. And so I'm like, God bless him. So it's like, okay. But, I'm grateful that he cares enough to do that. He said, Mom, I'm buying cameras. They're cheap. $100, I can get enough for every door to the house. And
Awesome.
He set it up, so, yeah. But, and if I were to get up and walk out the door at night, you better believe he'd be on the phone calling the Littleton police, I'm sure.
That's such an awful thing. As part of the CERT team here in town, in fact, he was our, go find him.
Yes, yes.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, we remembered that. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Did you run away? Just wandered off?
It was
I
a drill.
wandered off in a drill, and they had to find me.
Yes.
How long did it take?
Oh, A bit.
We found it.
Joe knows where to go.
But then they had to convince me to get out of where it was.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
We were the bloodhounds that
He was
went
being
out.
a little stubborn.
Yeah. Didn't want to come with us,
Well,
you
and someone
know?
like Joe knows Littleton inside and out, too. I'm sure.
But yes, that is a functionality that the emergency response team is responsible for. If Alex McCurdy were to call us, there is a senior that is missing.
Yes,
know,
we
or
did one of
child.
those about a year ago.
Yeah, we did. So, yeah, we know that aspect also. And it's scary because, you know, you hear about these people wandering off and drowning in
Yeah.
a pond somewhere or something.
yeah.
It's awful, awful.
Yeah, that is very scary.
Yep.
All right, do we have any other items of business?
Yeah,
You wanted to get back to something?
board member update.
Oh, I just went right over that.
No, you hadn't gotten there yet.
You haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, let's go there because it's 4:00. So, okay. Board member update. I would like to make an announcement, official announcement, that we have made a change in who is representing us with Minuteman. And, correct, Liz? Even though it takes a little time, because Minuteman has their process, I guess, and procedures. But thank you, Susan. For how long did you do that job?
I don't know,
I
4 years.
4 years or something like that, quite a while. Yeah, it's
It
been-
started during COVID, I remember, because I
Yeah.
had online interviews and.
Yeah, well, thank you ever so much. So Susan is stepping down from that position, and Marilyn Fidel has offered to step up, and Liz has notified Minuteman, which is the procedure, that our representative is changing to Marilyn. So,
Nice. Thank you, Meryl.
thank you.
All right,
So
thank
that-
you, Marilyn.
Yeah, and thank you. So, okay. So, other than that, now, board member updates.
Okay, I don't have any Minuteman Senior Service
No,
Board member
wonder why.
updates. I don't have that one, and that was always the shortest one of mine, right? So my board member update is from Affordable Housing Trust, which has been very, very busy. On the Jerky Farmhouse project, the Affordable Housing Trust has applied for technical assistance to rehab the plan, but it isn't finalized. But the plan that's sort of being discussed is to have a 3-bedroom, to use the farmhouse as a 3-bedroom, these are all affordable housing, affordable properties. A 3-bedroom in the house. The barn obviously needs a lot of rehab, not just rehabbing, needs building within it, but they are contemplating putting in 4 units in the barn, and then ideally would also like to build separate other structures that would be affordable housing units, because the farmhouse has a 3-bedroom septic system, which is new and perfect. So they have to put in another septic system for the other changes, and part of it will depend on exactly how big that could be. But there's been some preliminary indication that it could be a pretty big septic system. So that's where that is. So they have applied for some technical assistance to do preservation, some historical preservation. They'll be working with the Historical Commission and a structural engineer for all of that. It's taken a long time, but it's a volunteer board, and that's where it is.
That's going to be expensive, isn't it?
Well, we would be working with CPC grants for it too, and also looking at some other state grants that might be available, because the state government is pushing more
Right.
affordable housing and more housing.
Oh, yeah.
So that's out there.
That seems to be the topic nationally around.
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah.
Tehadawin is still in negotiations with Habitat for Humanity. That's been dragging out, but that will happen. And then, as Liz mentioned, the homeowners' mini grants for repairs, his Affordable Housing Trust has been working with the EHS on all of that project. We're hoping to do some promotion, either LCTV program about it or something, which could be highlights.
Yep.
Then, speaking of affordable housing, I can't remember where it originated, and I've forgotten the name of the organization that put it out, but there's a flyer available. It's a short 3-page flyer. It's labeled Affordable Housing in Littleton. And I thought I brought my copy, but I didn't. It's easily available if you go to littletonma.org. It's right there on the front page of the town website. It says Affordable Housing in Littleton. You can click it, and it'll take you to another click. Lots of clicks on those pages. Another click to get the flyer. And it explains when we talk about median income, and what does that mean, and what does that mean for Littleton, and what does it mean if you're renting a house, what does it mean if you're if for a sale on a house, or someone's trying to sell a house at affordable rates. And it's very clear, it's very easy to read, and it's very interesting, because we all say, oh yeah, it's going to be 60% AMI. Well, what does that mean? And it's very, very useful and very interesting. And I guess that's it. But I know I meant to bring a copy and I forgot to, but I really recommend that everybody look at it, so you just get an idea of when you're talking about it, what it means. And I guess that's my only thing.
Well, thank you. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. I guess we're done, pretty much. Do we have any other business that needs to come before us? Our next meeting is scheduled to be February 10th, which is not very far away, actually. Time flies when you're having fun. So, and if nothing else is brought up, yeah, I can. Hi and bye. I can entertain a motion to adjourn then. No other business? Anyone?
Nope.
No.
Okay, go for it, somebody.
So moved.
Thank you, Joe. Do we have a second? Mary, thank you. Moved and seconded by Mary. Joe moved, Mary seconded. And we will take a vote, starting with Jean.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Mary's yes? Sue's yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Anita's yes? Marge's yes?
Yes.
Yes, and yes, and Joe? And Marilyn, thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Yep.
you, Marilyn.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone.